Tom. We met backpacking in Chile in 2020 when Tom took me on a road trip through Patagonia until we ended up locked down in Buenos Aires. After being separated across the world for 8 months, we reunited in the UK and are now back on the road again. Hey guys, I'm Emily.
I'm Tom.
I'm from Australia.
I'm from England.
And
welcome to our channel.
After floating down the scenic Rio Dulce, embracing jungle life, and experiencing Garifuna culture on the coast of Guatemala in the vibrant town of Livingston, we headed back down the river, waited 5 hours in a cafe, jumped on another 6-hour bus, and we have landed here in Flores.
Flores itself, or Old Town Flores, is actually built on an island located on the Lake Petén Itzá. It's an interesting city with undertones of the Caribbean despite being fairly inland.
Another highly recommended place in Guatemala, and our first Mayan ruins is Tikal. We're extremely excited to visit here today because it's considered one of the biggest Mayan ruins in the world.
We got caught just as we got off the bus at night and ended up paying 80 quetzales for a return shuttle bus to Tikal. However, if you shop around, you can do much better than we did, including with our friends at Getaway Travels, who charge 85 return trip with a guide or 60 without a guide. So definitely shop around or just go here.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm leaving.
Each agency has shuttle buses leaving for sunrise, daytime, and sunset. The first bus leaves at 3:30 a.m. However, because it's cheaper and we're shattered from traveling for days on end, we've actually just gone for the day ticket. So our bus picks us up at 8 a.m. We have packed our passports so we can get in. Water. This is my disgusting water bottle Emily hates. She's also got her water bottle with a strap. Maybe her favorite possession. Sunscreen. Thanks Pete and Helen for this little gift. Sun hat, needs a clean. Shades, insect repellent, my favorite brand of insect repellent. And finally, lunch.
Very expensive lunch too. But supposedly the restaurant inside the complex is even more expensive, so try and get a packed lunch elsewhere.
Guatemala is much more expensive than we thought, just a heads up. And here's Emily with the bag that we're gonna put the lunch in. Say jungle treek.
Jungle treek. We wish we were going on a jungle treek.
I actually do. We read some of the funniest reviews we've ever seen about these 3-day jungle treks.
We're on the bus. It should take about 90 minutes from when we leave, which could be any time, to Tikal.
Emily's recommended I download an audio guidebook from the App Store for this. Not all the pictures are loaded. It's 150 megabytes. This specifically for this one ruin. App not available in your country or region.
Luckily, we did lots of research before we came here.
When you say we.
I mean, I will be the tour guide today.
We've arrived.
To be able to enter, you either need to buy tickets beforehand in Flores or right here at the Ban Rural Park Bank. Don't forget your passport because you'll need it.
There are 3 different tickets for different times of day. Sunrise and sunset, which are both 100 quetzales, and the day ticket, which goes from after sunrise to before sunset and is 150 quetzales. If you want to be there for 2 of those time periods, you need to buy multiple tickets. Because it's cheapest, we've just gone for the day ticket.
If you're planning to come to the park at sunrise, you'll actually need to buy the ticket the day before at the Ban Rural Bank in Flores. If you buy tickets in Flores, all tickets are valid for 30 days until they're cut at the gate. National prices, tourist prices.
Nice.
Just got our tickets, taking a photo of the map now so we don't get lost. Okay, we've made it to Tikal. Here it is. Kidding, it's just a model. Perfect.
Day ticket. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Go. Go.
Oh my God.
I think that was high quality content.
You can't say that. You have to let people decide what is high quality content, not you.
How do you feel about that?
So sore. You squished my entire body. Our first Mayan structure is right here. This is our first one. Tikal is a giant Mayan complex nestled in the middle of the Guatemalan jungle. It's found in the Tikal National Park, which stretches over 576 kilometers squared. The ruins were surveyed by the mid-19th century, but the area is so large that excavations are still taking place.
Something awesome we heard from our guide on the bus is that in the last few years, with the use of LiDAR technology, so like drones and stuff, they've managed to discover 11 more settlements outside the city of Tikal, taking the estimated population of this region from 100,000 to 1 million.
That's huge.
Tikal, or Ikal as the Mayans called it, which means voices in the air because there's so many animal noises here, was a thriving city around 300 BC and was one of the most powerful city-states in its heyday around 700-750 AD. It was extremely advanced for its time, with over 100,000 residents in the city itself at its height, making it one of the biggest cities in the world at the time.
It had schools, libraries, hospitals, sports stadiums, palaces, temples, and pyramids. It dominated the political, economic, and military spheres in most of Central America. If we're lucky enough, we will also see parrots, toucans, howler monkeys, pumas, and even snakes who call this jungle home. Plaza. Here is the heart of Tikal. On either side are two huge temples or pyramids.
Temple 1 is the Temple of the Great Jaguar. It stands 47 meters high and was a funerary temple built for the great king Jasor Kawil Chan, but he died a decade earlier than its completed construction in 734 AD.
Temple 2 is the Temple of the Mask, standing 38 meters high. It was the first temple to be constructed by King Jasor as a monument for his wife, yet no tomb was found inside. I just saw this lady get super excited. I followed her and we just found this really cool carving. We have just found a whole family of monkeys. They're high up in the tree. There's been one over there, one over here, there's two over here. They're so sweet.
Temple 3 was the last of the Great Pyramids to be built. It's pretty much all hidden under trees, although you can see the top, and coined the name the Temple of the Jaguar Priest. It's said that an elaborate but damaged roof was found inside, and archaeologists believe it houses the remains of Tikal's final ruler, Lord Cheetah.
I think one of the most amazing things about this place is that you'll just be following this path and you'll be looking left and right, and out of nowhere, out of the thick jungle, you'll just see a structure.
I think that's the Palace of the Windows, although I can't see any windows in it.
It's so full of windows, it's just open. Okay, I see the windows now. There seems to be lots of little holes in the wall.
I mean, I still wouldn't say Palace of the Windows. I was thinking something like the Shard.
The ancient shard, and the glass has just been kept intact over like thousands and thousands of years.
Maybe the Louvre.
The Louvre. So cool. Just out of nowhere, we just see this giant temple.
That must be Temple 4.
The biggest temple.
The baddest temple.
I feel like it's going to be a lot of stairs here. Temple 4, or the double-headed serpent, is the tallest structure in Tikal. It stands about 65 meters high. It was built by Jasor's son, Yikin Chan Kawil, in 740 AD. It's a super popular place for everyone to come and look out over the view. Did they wave?
Yeah, they wait. Gracias. Fun fact, apparently the Mayans invented chewing gum from the sap of the tree, and they used it to clean their teeth. We've now reached the Lost World, and I feel like I'm in Tomb Raider. Emily just comes out with, there's a scene from Star Wars shot here, but she doesn't know which one, which pretty much makes me feel like I'm in a lost world.
The Lost World hosts 38 different structures, and one of them happens to be this amazing astronomical tower right here. It's called the Great Pyramid, and it's the main structure of this complex. It was used to study the stars and also the solar cycles.
Okay, some pretty cool views up here. That's Pyramid 4 where you were just now.
I have no idea what this is. I've never seen this before.
Seriously?
Yes.
It's an ant highway. Ants are amazing. They just find tons of food and then carry it along these highways to their nest.
Okay. Leave a comment below if you knew that ants made their own highways, because I didn't.
Hey, awesome. Look at them on this tree. Now there are a ton more temples, but this is the final one we're going to look at today. Temple 5. This was built by the 22nd ruler, Animal Skull,
Badass name.
in 600 AD. It stands 52 meters tall. The other side's covered in trees, and it's pretty badass.
As you can see here, there's still excavations taking place on Temple 5.
Oh. Horrible ants biting me. Like fire ants.
Tom just stood on this ant's nest.
And they bite. These are horrible ants.
You're right.
Cleverly packed bug spray, didn't put it on, and have genuinely been attacked by ants. I got tiny little bites or whatever all over me from these ants.
It's just because you're yummy. Maybe your feet are made of chocolate.
Even they're on my hands.
Oh, because you whacked them and then they clinged on.
Yeah. Whew. One of the crazy things about this place is that it's so gigantic that I can be in a literal palace pretty much in the center of town like I am here, the Palacio Mala, and there's no one else here apart from Emily and horrible fire ants. Okay, they probably weren't fire ants, but they were some nasty.
Tom said we're not allowed to swear on the channel, so you're gonna have to take that out.
They were some nasty frickers. I'll let you decide which one is more fire.
Strangely, the entire city was completely abandoned by 950 AD. Researchers think that it might have had something to do with the drought because the city only relied on the rainwater as its water source, or potentially deforestation as the city grew, more and more people came and they needed more land. Guess we'll never know. Although there are so many more structures here in Tikal, we thought that we would just give you a small taster. Whet your appetite so you can come explore them for yourselves.
Wait, what about the most important bit?
What?
What about the Tikal?
What? No! Get off! I didn't think you were gonna do that.
High quality content.
High quality. Now that was high quality content.
We weren't the last batch. We're back in Flores.
And here are 3 top tips so you can make the most of your adventure.
Here in Tikal.
Oh, get out.
Tip number 1.
Shop around for tours. We got cheated on.
Not badly, but we could have done better.
If you're really into history, we would actually recommend paying for a tour guide. It's really not that much more expensive than the shuttle itself.
Like 20 or 25 quetzales.
The tour guide that we had on the bus had really interesting stories and information that you won't find on the plaques in front of the buildings. We didn't do a tour because we needed to film, but if you're coming here and you're going to experience it for yourself, we would recommend a tour guide. Tip number 2.
Maps.me. If you're a backpacker, we probably don't have to tell you to download the best offline maps app that's ever existed. One of the great things about Maps.me is it has tons of trails, and in Tikal, it had a brilliant map around the site. There's no signal there, so Maps.me is the best option. It'll tell you exactly where you are, and it's quite a big site, so definitely a good one to have. Tip number 3.
Don't underestimate how long it takes to get in between each of the sites. Be back at your bus at the time that your driver gives you.
Which is harder than you think because it's a huge site. Nice. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, make sure to hit that subscribe button.
And ring the bell.
Ring it.
so you don't miss another second of our Central American adventures.
Not a single second.
Give us a thumbs up to let us know that you've gotten this far, and let us know if you have any questions. Leave them in the comments below.
If by any small chance this video was useful to you, or even save you some money or hassle, or you just like us, or you just think we're, I don't know, and you fancy saying thank you, or even showing us pity, you can actually buy us a coffee at the link in the description and in the pinned comment if you like.
If you like. Tomorrow morning, our next adventure begins. We enter a new country, so I can promise you, you're not gonna wanna miss that.
That's a pretty big promise.
We're gonna have a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for watching.
See you next.
Okay, there we go. Okay, great. Day ticket.
You just got your hostel badge.
Mug me is what that normally says. What?